Assalamu alaikum, Sayyidi.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
I've also felt when we are attending the association frequently and are near your holy light, all goodness is flowing, but when we retreat or are to ourselves, we are surrounded by evil. Madad.
Alhamdulillah, at least when we realize the madad, it's important. Had we felt it all the time, then there would be no need for the madad. And when we enter into the ocean of the shaykh, then there's a serenity, and Allah has it designed that way. If people felt a serenity around themselves, then they wouldn't have the need for the madad, and that would cause its own sickness. So we said before, the madad is a state of everything, that a continuous state of bringing the madad so that that ocean of serenity comes. When we want to pray, we ask for the madad so that there's clarity in the salah and the serenity comes. When we want to sit for the zikr, we ask for the madad. It's an entire way of life so that I eventually disappear and go away, and that my I-ness is diminished and brought down. And we said that a day is coming exactly like I think the images from the Matrix. Why shaitan is so against madad? Because if, I think the example we gave today, one person just walking down the street and these shaitans want to now disclose themselves, they're going to reveal themselves, these jinns. If that jinn reveals himself to a group of common people, what do? Maybe take out weapons that don't work, maybe scream and yell that don't work, begin to run, that doesn't work. So for them that becomes like a paradise for them. They can do whatever they want and harm whoever they want to people whom can do nothing. Because even the Muslim community will have lost their connection to Prophet. Who are they going to call? You're going to call Allah when you've negated the importance of Prophet and Allah will respond to you? No. That becomes when Allah says that you're going to be punished by the hands of people whom have no mercy. What does that mean? Do anybody understand the concept of no mercy? When they had some people who say,
As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. Inshallah, if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans: Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, be so kind as to leave loving comments and please share the stream. Every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
they were captured by the jinn and they were horrifically tortured. And what they saw in the place that they had been taken were all sorts of tortures upon them, because they feed off of the adrenaline and the glands and the fear, the yelling and the screaming. It produces an energy for them in which these shayateen are feeding from in mass numbers. We said before, if you think in these Western countries there's migration, they say like 800,000 people are migrating, and the common people say, oh look, this crazy government, they're allowing everybody to come to the border. Do you think that's why they have the migration? So that the 10,000 got through, or to eat the other 900,000? They're missing in trucks. As soon as you leave your home and begin to walk, nobody knows who you are, where you came from. As a result of nobody knowing who you are, there are truckloads of people put into trucks and taken away. For what? For them to eat people, to torture people and to do their way with people. And that's why these countries are telling people, come, come. Millions are on the roads thinking they're coming in. Well, you're talking the 5,000 got through. What about the 800,000 that went missing? 200,000 to 400,000 children that went missing. What, who they went missing to? These creatures are eating them. So do you think it's to their benefit if there are people whom are trained in madad? Or no, they don't know anything. They scream and yell and run. What is that going to do when they come after people? But now give the reverse, where somebody now trained in madad and surrendered themselves in understanding the madad, they achieve like the hadith is describing, hadith al-Quds, that as soon as they enter the madad, Allah says, "I'm the eyes in which you see, the ears in which you hear, the tongue in which you speak, the hands in which you touch and the feet in which you move." That one of those types of people walking and all of a sudden these jinns appear and start to do whatever sort of horrific thing they want to do. Just one of those servants immediately goes into the madad, and whomever Allah wants sends through them, even the mu'min jinn will come through them and now come out and fight them. And since they expose themselves, we'll kill them. This is their greatest fear, is that if they put themselves into a vulnerable position they can be harmed. By who? By Muslim warriors, not by ignorant fools that don't know anything. And this is their fear. So of course it's to their benefit to tell people, don't do madad. They make like a sign, don't do madad so we can eat you. Right? Because one rijal is like 1,000 men in their capacity. Why? They're hadith al-Qudsi. And we have in our own life experience, we have this. We gave the example many times. A young boy came to tariqah, we call him Muhammad Argentini. And short version of his story, he went to a political office, he was not Muslim, and the political Palestinian group he tried to sign up with and eventually got involved with, and there was a lady and man who were heading that office and they turned out to be vampires. There's not pious people running those organizations and the crazy things they were doing. And later he came to our community in Los Angeles travelling looking for help. So he told the whole story, but we're going straight into the story, that he got involved, something happened, he went to one of their homes, very bad things started to happen, realized the two people were vampires. Literally satanic jinn creatures that wanted to harm him, and they put something on him like a freeze where he couldn't move, and he didn't know anything about Islam, know anything about tariqah. He said, at that moment this happened, the two shaykh faces appeared before me. I saw two men with beards and turbans, and as soon as their faces appeared I started to recite fluent Arabic. And as I recited fluent Arabic, my spiritual power grabbed both of them by their necks and started to lift them off the ground, just by the faces being present looking at him. And he said, I was going to finish it. They said, Muhammad Argentini, no permission for that. And immediately he dropped them, he ran out of the country. He was so frightened from what he experienced, and somehow he got himself all the way into Los Angeles. He went to the Wahhabi mosques and said, we have nothing to do with that, you go to the Sufis. And he came to the Sufi mosque, he came to our center. And Muhammad Argentini came in and said, yeah, I had this experience and I saw these two faces, and as soon as I saw these faces I had these abilities. I said, let me show you a book. So, are these the faces? I said, yeah, these are the faces. It was Mawlana Shaykh Hisham and Shaykh Nazim, Sultan al-Awliya. And immediately he went to Michigan